Hi, I am Joshua Troutbeck and I've been invited to speak here at the Media Matters conference to talk about the misrepresentation of fathers. The media is a dark and dangerous world. It has become the primary connection for news and communication all over the world, but it has also become the backbone of deliberate and inappropriate misrepresentation and manipulative articles. Groups are often largely marginalized beyond reasonable amounts, purely for the sake of sales or views. But do they see their issues in their choices? This essay will argue that the media's representation of fathers is biased and inaccurate. This is important because by representing them in such a harmful way, as incompetent, irresponsible, and unaffectionate, harm is being inflicted. Damaging the fathers today can have a disastrous effect on the up-and-coming generation. This behavior is unacceptable and action must be taken. The misrepresentation of fathers is prevalent in the media today. Every day we are overly exposed to deliberate and manipulative language choices used by the media to inflict harm upon our dads, whether that be with inappropriate portrayals through popular TV shows or media articles targeting and bullying them. News articles are particularly guilty for this misrepresentation. Only 2 lines into the Observer's article states a whopping $1.5 billion is owed by deadbeat dads, while miserly mothers have failed to pay $56.3 million. Unlike the mothers who are equally responsible, the fathers are instantly criticized. By doing this, the negative attention is deterred from the poor mothers. Subtle differences in the words in the text are part of vile tactics used by the media to imprint false ideologies into the readers' heads. In this case, merely sympathizing for the mothers and attack on the fathers for the same actions, leading to a worsened attitude towards them. The marginalization of our fathers in advertisements is also not uncommon. Over the years, there have been multiple campaigns creating this false ideology that fathers are irresponsible and incapable of caring for their children. In 2012, Huggies, an American brand of disposable nappies and baby wipes, began an advertising campaign, the Dad Test. The advert was simple, to show the effectiveness of their product by using the father as the ultimate test. They supposedly left their fathers with their kids alone for a week with only Huggies products, a harmless right? The advertisement was written with the pure intention of misrepresenting fathers, knowing that it would be aired to people by the thousands. Regardless of intentions, the advertisement is marginalizing, harming the fragile reputation of our fathers. This false ideology made by today's society is harmful. It is massively irresponsible and unethical of the media to marginalize these dads for the sake of a few clicks. It needs to stop. The attitude towards our fathers remained consistent throughout the film business. Big shows like The Simpsons, The Family Guy, and even Peppa Pig all represent them incorrectly. The screenplay demonstrates fathers to be incompetent idiots, whether it be useless parents, disregarding responsibilities, or the complete and utter lack of common sense. These shows have no right to marginalizing them. Daddy Pig, the father of Peppa from Peppa Pig, is a pathetic excuse for a father. Throughout the 17 years the show has been aired, he has exhibited the inability to take responsibilities for his actions, do anything DIY related in the family home, or be a role model to his kids. Homer Simpson, one of the few main protagonists from The Simpsons, is also an incompetent oaf. Knowing for pulling a Homer, Homer has a reputation much like Daddy Pig. Apart from being dangerously stupid, Homer regularly chokes his son and drinks excessively. Both these TV shows garner millions of views around the globe per year, further pushing forwards the false belief that our fathers are buffoons. It's blasphemy. Are you aware that misrepresenting our fathers, the mental health of the up-and-coming generation is put at risk? Society has accepted how the media represents our fathers can deviate from the truth. A fatherhood article states that when fathers were included in commercials, none of them were portrayed as nurturers, whereas half of the mothers were portrayed as nurturers. This demonstrates that it isn't a one-off situation. The harmful marginalization is constant and harmful. By supporting negative portrayals, mothers and children are encouraged to push away their father figures. Dozens of studies have been conducted on the absence of fathers in the upbringing of children. Truancy, delinquency, poor academic performance, deteriorating mental health, substance abuse, and homelessness are all some of the consequences of a fatherless home. By continuing to push these false values onto society, these consequences are only going to continue to increase. It is imperative that we stop, otherwise the effect would be disastrous. As we consider the points made, it is clear that the destructive perspectives of media and the film business. Our fathers are deemed useless, incompetent, irresponsible, and unnurturing. By doing so, it sparks a chain reaction, introducing a myriad of problems, each as detrimental and dangerous as the other. Studies show that children becoming unreliant on their fathers or missing a father figure entirely leads to youth crime, poor mental health, and terrible academic achievement. What a way to prepare our younger generations for the world. The constant abuse from the misrepresentation of fathers deteriorates health, and in some cases getting so extreme where it inhibits their ability to work. This speech has demonstrated the negative impacts of false and manipulative constructs of the media when our fathers are being exhibited. Through news articles, advertisements, and shows such as Peppa Pig, The Simpsons, and Family Guy, it is obvious that the abuse towards our dads is prevalent today. Constant exposure to false depictions is deducting our fathers from their role as a parent. It teaches our younger generations to retreat to their mothers. Studies show that households that lack a father figure impact heavily on the children's upbringing. Therefore, it is imperative that we stop this mistreatment to those who helped us become who we are today. Together we can end this